Today's movie has Christopher Lee killing werewolves and Sybil Danning running around half-dressed. What more do you want from a movie? That sounds amazing! Welcome to Sick Flicks, where I take a deep dive into the cinematic sewer to help you embrace your inner gore geek. I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, and today we're tackling Philippe Mora's cult classic werewolf flick, The Howling 2. Your Sister is a Werewolf. Released in 1985, this one is quintessentially 80s. It's got a B-list cast that includes Danning and Reb Brown, plenty of splatter, a script that was originally about vampires, then changed to werewolves at the last second, and the totally bonkers 80s genre film vibe that we all know and love. Seriously, if the 80s was a movie, it would be this. But enough about that. Can these lycanthropes eat enough locals to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's get to the gore and find out. Oh, and before we get started, today's video is sponsored by patrons Derek Cooksey, Casey Gross, and Matt Vaccaro. If you'd like to help sponsor some videos and free me from the shackles of YouTube's tyranny, you'll find a link to my Patreon in the pinned comment and description below. And now, let's get bloody. Ah yes, the hot pink production logo. Definitely the 80s. Space. The Final Frontier. This better not be a werewolves in space movie. Hey, Christopher Lee is either an astronaut or God, or the star of some kind of weird Heaven's Gate recruitment video. And now it's gonna get weird.
And I saw her sit upon the hairy beast.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know. That could be pervy. If you look closely, you could see Napoleon Bonaparte reading over Lee's shoulder there. Not gonna lie. So far, this is the kind of random weirdness I love about the 80s. And title card. I love that the statue looks towards the heavens with an exasperated expression that says, Christ, not this Howling 2 crap. And somehow Your Sister is a Werewolf was the subtitle they went with after the MPAA told them they couldn't use the word bitch in a movie title. I almost took it for granted that Granite Productions produced this film. Reportedly, Christopher Lee agreed to do this movie because he'd never done a werewolf movie in his career. Yeah, live look at my face after the edibles kick in. Annie McEnroe is no relation to John McEnroe.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Oh, I never joke about my favorite tennis player of all time, Johnny Mac. Reb Brown, Captain America, do the rebel yell. We last saw him in Robo-War. Special appearance by AC/DC's Bone Scott. Marche Hunt. Bet the bullies had a blast with that name in high school. And Sybil Danning. Man, I spent many a late night fidgeting with my cable box.
Hell yeah.
No, settle down. Fidgeting with my actual cable box to get Skinamax to descramble so I could see Sybil Danning's boobs. Oh, the memories. I like that this wolf is about to eat the credits. Based on Gary Brandner's book is a big stretch. He tossed most of Brander's stuff and went with Robert Sarno's vampire script and just swapped the vamps with werewolves. That right there might be the greatest example of how much disdain the film industry has for horror. Sure, just replace the vamps with wolves. It's all the same crap. Directed by Philippe Mora. We last saw him when we tackled The Beast Within. So, fun fact, they shot this movie in Prague, where Christopher Lee was reportedly hailed as a hero for his exploits in World War II. Apparently, Mora was so taken by this, he made the 2021 documentary about Sir Christopher, Dracula Nazi Hunter, How I Learned to Love Christopher Lee and Drink Atomic Bombs. Oh, look at that wipe transition. It's no star wipe, but still. You can tell it's LA. Just look at the smog. That or they're shooting a new Cheech and Chong film downtown. Church establishing shot. Man, I don't want a sermon. I'm here for the werewolf carnage and boobs.
But the senseless killing of Karen Marie White, a young woman murdered in the prime of her life.
Oh, it's Dee Wallace's character's funeral from the first film. Oh, there's Reb. What a big lug. Even Christopher Lee showed up to pay his respects. Padre's still going on.
Reaffirm our belief in the power of love.
Yes, that was taken from the Gospel of the Apostle Huey Lewis. Oh shit, Christopher Lee's gonna try to break the Undertaker's streak.
Amen.
Filmed in Coffin Vision. Hey, wait, I'm still alive in here. Outside, Sir Christopher's given Reb his card. You'll notice that's bone, and the lettering is something called Cillian Rail. Then Jenny shows up to read the card for us.
Stefan Krosko, occult investigator.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's more impressive than mine, which just says Mike Bracken, FBI, with female body inspector in parentheses. Hey, no one told me Shaka Khan was in this. You guys are always supposed to tell me something good. 10 of you might get that, and I applaud you for it. Anyway, Jenny's caught up with Sir Christopher, and she has questions.
What do you know about the death of Karen White?
And he has answers.
I know that she is a werewolf.
She's like, are you high? Because you sound high. Live look at me in an elevator. And sure, might as well stop for a concert. Apparently, they had a casting call for real punks in Prague for this scene and got so many, the cops and military showed up. It wasn't legal for these guys to gather in groups, but once it was explained it was for a movie, they were allowed to shoot the scene. But when the extras left, they could only leave in groups of 3 and 10 minutes apart because the authorities didn't want them organizing. Sir Christopher trying to fit in here reminds me of that Buscemi meme every time.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Oh hey, Shaka's here too. She's like, I feel for you, but you're gonna have to work on your pickup lines. This is like Michele Soavi doing Bela Lugosi's dad at karaoke. Jesus, look at Christopher Lee. So Shaka led these bikers off to somewhere so far away it's literally daytime now, but this guy's still singing the same song. It's longer than Inagata Davida, apparently. See, it's totally her place. This is Shaka right there in the graffiti. Oh, yeah, she's just gonna warm up her vocal cords for tonight's show. Ain't nobody who can howl like Shaka Khan. And that's like 3 song references if you're keeping score at home.
Ah! What the fuck's going on?
Amazon Basics Howard Jones here got beamed by a bottle, so things can only get better. Shaka might need some moisturizer. Appearance by Thing. So this is definitely part of the Addams Family cinematic universe. Oh, this is just great. These guys are like the Home Alone werewolves with all the booby traps. And this guy looks like he's gonna drop in unannounced. By God, the Wolfman is locked in the face claw. You have never seen me and Jim Ross in the same room. Just saying. Chrysler LeBaron convertible, the other official car of Sick Flicks. House establishing shot. This guy's a very fancy creeper. Hat, scarf, and blazer. Anyway, Reb's here, and he's like, if you don't let me play Captain America, I'm gonna start blasting. Wait, did we just segue to Rick Baker's workshop? Oh, look at this setup. Christopher Lee is a baller. That stereo is probably where he works on his metal albums. I mean, look at this place. A telescope, baller stereo, chemistry set. Christopher Lee was a renaissance man. I've brought you here to show you this new lipstick I've been working on. Reb's like, well, I'm more of a sexy red kind of guy, but this looks nice. Turns out these are really silver bullets, and Reb was Dee Wallace's bro. Now we're gonna get some exposition, which I'm all here for because Christopher Lee is delivering it.
Even now, there are great numbers of werewolves living secretly among us.
Lance Henriksen, any thoughts you'd care to share?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
Alright, since you're not into the whole werewolf thing, let me show you this extended cut of Lord of the Rings Peter Jackson and I have been working on. Well, I guess we should humor him. These were just test shots for the orc makeup. And now it's like the opening of Dawn of the Dead. I'd also like to show you these storyboards for the upcoming films.
That woman is a werewolf?
I believe the correct pronunciation is Werewolf.
Silver bullets are useless against such creatures. Quite useless.
Whoa. Hold the phone. Since when, Sir Christopher?
Only titanium will kill them.
Is Lance Henriksen still here?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard.
But it gets worse, because this isn't just random werewolves, it's a gang.
These creatures, they have a leader, a woman called Stirba.
And there's more jibber-jabber here. It's Sturba's birthday, and at midnight, all werewolves will reveal themselves. Yada, yada, yada. Reb's like, I've heard enough of this. I'm going to the Philippines to make movies with Fragasso and Bruno Mattei. Looks like someone had a V8. Also, tomato juice is disgusting. Why, yes, I'd love to drink a glass of watery ketchup. Ben, come back! We've got other drink options! Moon establishing shot. From the top of Orthanc, Saruman observes Isengard below. Looks like Reb found his way into another Claudio Fragasso flick. Solid park job. Way to leave the ass hanging out in the street in this pea soup visibility. I think he brought his Red Ryder BB gun. Christopher Lee praying he won't have to carry Reb and Annie through any more scenes in this movie. Yeah, nothing like cracking open a cold one after a hard day killing werewolves. I haven't the foggiest what this is supposed to be. Oh, it's a werewolf. And somehow they end up in the same place as Christopher Lee. What are the odds? While they're bickering, Dee Wallace is back, and judging by these hairy palms, she's been sinning at an alarming rate. This would be a pretty cool siege of werewolves. Too bad it's edited so sloppily that you can barely see what's happening. Why would you net a werewolf? It's gonna be a really bad twine. Christopher Lee's like, I'm gonna stab you like I stabbed those Nazis in the war. Lee finishes him off, but not before learning Werewolf Queen Sturba is in some place called the Dark Country, which could basically be anywhere between Kentucky and Tennessee. Shaka Khan's still alive, though, and ready to record I'm Every Werewolf. Anyway, Lee's gonna go find her, but Reb wants to tag along. Lee's like, no, I couldn't impose on you like that. You should totally stay here. And they gotta take Jenny, too. Great. So, where are they headed?
To the Dark Country. To Transylvania.
Wait, that's vampire country. Oh, great. Now it's a training video. A train is basically Thomas the Tank Engine in his goth phase. And Shaka must be doing the European tour, apparently. Hope you got my rider. No green M&Ms. Hey, is that a Yugo? Look at Reb. He's too big for the car. Holy short shorts. Those are too shorts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And these guys are lunch. Guess the wolves like rump roast. House establishing shot. Oh yeah, totally live there. Hey, I'm calling the anachronism, people. Knights didn't have guns. Oh, sweet. Inside, it's like one of those Japanese taiko drum parties crossed with Eyes Wide Shut. It was a nice day for a white wedding. These Ari Aster movies sure are weird. Oh no, you're gonna need extra strength Tide to get this stain out. And now for the mystical booger transference. It's not as fun as it looks. I think someone might have replaced my edibles with acid. Hey, it's Sybil Danning! I'm sure she was responsible for many Gen X men's chronic overuse wrist injuries. Meanwhile, Christopher Lee's like, just gonna nap till we get back to the A-plot. And here we are. How do you get werewolves in broad daylight? Anyway, it's time to get philosophical about the locals.
Where the hell everybody go?
They're here. They're not here.
Oh, so they're Schrodinger's villagers. Got it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go look for Peter Cushing to run lines. Reb and Jenny drive off, but they forget to check the back seat. Gets them every time. Also, how do you not notice a werewolf in your Yugo? Man, we are all in on the fancy wipes. Back at the castle, this guy's gonna show us his O-face. Hey, it's Eastern European Jay Leno! Come, we've got leftover bread soup. Anyway, they're getting settled in and hey, garlic is for vampires, Jenny. Outside, single serving size, Gerard Depardieu wants to meet up. And weird wipe again. Oh yeah, I hope you're taking notes, Jay. I guess they feel guilty for hooking up because nothing is more fun than going to church after having unmarried sex. Oh, thank God Christopher Lee is back. And he's brought the A-team of werewolf killers with him.
Vasila lost his older brother. Constantine, his daughter. And Luca's wife was killed last summer.
Oh yeah, you remember Luca. He lived on the second floor. Do you kids even remember Suzanne Vega's Luca? Christ, I'm old. Alright guys, before you go, I got you a little something to commemorate our trip. Matching friendship bracelets. Say what you will, but Borat's people know how to get down. Oh man, this live version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood sucks! Later that night, the camera guy's trying to get a sneaky peek at Jenny in the tub. And later that night, Reb's in bed playing with his gun.
Hell yeah.
No, his actual gun. Building establishing shot. Oh wow, random title card. It's never a good sign when even the movie is bored and like, let's just skip ahead. Hey, is that guy cosplaying Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with his new valet, Ms. Jacqueline? Look at Christopher Lee. He's like, I'm gonna spay and neuter your puppies tonight. Ah, sure, let's just dump some stock footage here. That right there sure is an outfit. I think Sybil totally could have made it in the pro wrestling biz. That or starred in a Lady Terminator movie. Moon establishing shot. It's a good thing they established that huge full moon, because otherwise I'd be complaining at how bright it is down here. This guy's really carrying a torch for Reb. And Werewolf Dude's like, I know Reb's here. I can smell his BO. Looks like this guy is flailing around out here. Back inside, everyone's getting reacquainted. They're probably gonna sniff each other's butts. If you're wondering why Sybil has on sunglasses indoors at night, she apparently came down with conjunctivitis, and this was the way they decided to hide it. I ain't gonna tell Sterling this was the safety dance video.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
Hey, these guys look like Planet of the Apes, not werewolves. So, as the story goes, they apparently sent the production Planet of the Apes costumes and told Maura to make it work. I'll let you be the judge as to whether it did or not. Meanwhile, it looks like Jenny's getting led to a trap. Moon establishing shot. Just in case you forgot, it was still night. Oh, look, she's playing hard to get. Here's me screaming in agony every time someone puts the Red Hot Chili Peppers on the radio. I don't even know what this is, but I'm here for it. And she blew his eyeballs right out, which is a way more common reaction to seeing Sybil Danning back in the day than you kids would imagine. Oh, Discount Marcy Darcy, you're so beautiful. But Sybil's taking this one for herself.
She must lure our real prey.
I feel like at least a third of this movie is just the stars randomly following dwarves. But now the dwarf is cornered. Literally. And he's not going down without a fight. But Reb's here to save the day. This is an extra long drop for someone so short, I'd guess. And with that taken care of, let's do a little skulking about. Oh, and Jenny's here, which I'm sure is no big deal. Jesus Christ! Alright, we're gonna go kill these mangy mutts, but first we should take some CBD. Oh, and here, you can have the gun. You're probably too weak for hand-to-hand combat. And back to the club. Sing it, McKelly Suave. There's a full-on orgy here, but we gotta be careful, because you know how PrudeTube feels about boobs. Moon establishing shot. Now, be honest, I like to think of Lee here as the Duke de Richelieu from The Devil Rides Out. There is absolutely a deep cuts app about The Devil Rides Out happening at some point soon. And of course these dopes let the werewolves sneak up behind them. Christopher Lee doesn't give a shit, though. He just starts blasting like a boss. I will say, this movie is fantastic, but it would be even better if they'd filmed the action scenes in a way where they were visually coherent. Just like shooting old Yeller at the farm upstate. Moon establishing shot. Oh, this looks like something that would send Admiral Akbar into a tizzy. And yes, it's a trap. Great, now it smells like burning dog fur through the whole forest.
Best if we separate.
I love you, Christopher Lee, but that's a terrible idea. You're down to 3 men. Inside, it looks like the Padre finds Sybil first. So you know he's as good as dead. And nailed it. Oh yeah, just like a face hugger. Hey guys, I'm just hanging around until you need me. I never knew Shaka Khan covered Devo, but she's definitely whipping it good. Then Reb shows up and totally blasts this fake head. Then he stabs Shaka Khan. You'll always be my sweet thing, Shaka. So that just leaves Sybil for Sir Christopher to deal with. Look at him. He's like, you know I'm Dracula, right? Wait a minute, when did Sybil find time to change outfits? Oh, look out, she's challenging him to a Tempest 2000 match. Wow, what happened to her? Special effects. But Christopher Lee can't be subdued so easily. Or maybe he can be. There's a great monster coming out of the dead priest's head here that I really wish we could show. Fantastic practical FX shot. Yeah, looks like this movie is about to go up in smoke. But hey, Reb and Jenny made it out, so I guess that's cool or something. And back to LA. Give me some sugar, baby. But it's Halloween, and I feel a swerve ending coming. Oh, never mind. It's just a werewolf kid.
Strange-looking child. Wonder where it came from.
Apartment across the hall.
But hold on, I still feel the swerve.
My child.
Yeah, a kid in a wolf outfit.
But I have no child.
If the wolf kid lives across the hall, how come there's a priest who answers the door? Wait, don't answer that. And cue credits, which shows Sybil Danning ripping her top off like 17 more times, much to her chagrin as she only agreed to do a topless scene once in the film. Classy producers. So, what have we learned from The Howling 2? Well, for starters, that you could totally make a sequel that was arguably better than the original, and that Christopher Lee could make any film better just by his being in it. I know a lot of people love the original The Howling, and sure, it's fun and all that, but this film is everything I love about 80s trash horror cinema. It's just crazy in all the best ways. You've got a cool setting, some excellent special effects, plenty of weirdness, and you get Sybil Danning and Christopher Lee. Like, what more could you possibly want? But enough about that. Can The Howling 2 eat enough hapless Eastern Europeans to earn a coveted 5 barf bag rating? Let's go to the gore card. In terms of gross anatomy, Howling 2 is solid. We get werewolf attacks, multiple werewolf transformations, exploding eyeballs, people burning alive, and the creepy puppet mutant facehugger thing in the last act. The effects vacillate between cheap and impressive, but there's more than enough here to give Howling 2 a respectable 3 barf bag rating. This is a modestly sick flick, and a whole hell of a lot of fun. Want to see how we got here? Then be sure to check out my review of the original The Howling. You'll find a link here on the screen. I'll meet you over there. Until next time, I'm Mike Bracken, aka The Horror Geek, bringing you all the splatter that matters.